Welcome back to another episode of the Podsack Podcast.
Was that what you did last time?
I don't know.
Kind
I switch it up every week.
Kind of,
yeah.
I switch it up every week. It's going to be a new one every week.
A new tune every week.
Yep.
New tune every week.
We're back. It's just the boys here.
Yes,
The
sir.
OGs.
Yeah, Pat went into his real work.
Yep.
And messaged me this morning. He's like, I'm going into work. I can't make
What a loser. Working.
Loser.
Yep.
Good
Instead
Lord.
of being a DJ.
We were DJing
Yeah.
for the last like 12 hours.
There's no clickety clacks today. And you bought it for that purpose.
No.
And now it's like, well, I guess we're not using it this week.
Yeah. No.
I was like, it is what it is, man. Yeah, but we back for another week.
Is there?
We're closing up. We getting close to like episode 100.
Yep.
I know.
It's a
We're
new year.
We're like 9 episodes away.
I think we checked it and it should be January 4th, but
Yeah.
we'll maybe check. I'll check it next month.
Like
Just
next month.
double check.
Yeah. And I want to let people know, like for our 100th episode, we are gonna do a giveaway for this Luffy pop.
Yes, sir.
Yo, there's gonna be giveaway for Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Anime Funko Pops.
Yeah. I mean, if like what we're looking to see if is people commenting in our comment sections.
Yep.
It's free.
Yeah.
It's literally
It's
free.
a comment, a like, and a sub. That's it.
Yeah.
You hit that and you could win
Yeah.
cool anime Funko Pops. I'm probably gonna be putting some into this as well. I think I'm gonna be bringing over a Tanjiro and a Nezuko.
I'm thinking about throwing in one as well.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
So this might be like
Oh, this might be bigger than what I thought it'd be.
this might be like
I don't know if
100
yours are chases, but the one I'm thinking is a chase.
The one I'm thinking of was like $50 last time I checked.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
So these pops are gonna be.
Yeah. And so far, it's still only the one guy commenting.
I
now.
know.
Yeah.
Nav's
So-
gonna take it.
Yeah.
And
He's
I don't
a
know if you
runaway.
can find the one that I'm gonna bring anymore.
Can we? I think this is a good opportunity. Let's next week come back, get a picture of all the pops,
Yeah.
and then let's post that to our socials.
Yeah.
And if you guys know any anime fans, tell them to come by.
Mhm.
Leave a like, subscribe, a comment,
Mhm.
and you guys can win 4 cool pops, potentially 4 cool pops. We'll come
Yeah.
back next week and we'll show
The
you what we
Luffy
got.
chase is definitely confirmed.
Yeah,
Oh,
Luffy
yeah.
Chase is definitely confirmed.
Yeah. That'd be exciting. Be cool to do
Mhm.
for our 100th episode.
Yep.
Crazy that we got to that point.
I know.
I know.
2 years in?
Yeah,
Mm,
2 years
in.
Yeah.
We're 2 years. We passed 2 years in October.
Yeah.
A couple dudes talking about anime.
And video games.
Well, that's it,
and other
man.
Shit. Like,
That's
yeah,
That's
it.
it.
that's it. It's cool. I like it.
I like it.
It's more
fun.
of the consistency
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just something fun we do, you know?
Yeah.
We're not doing it for like for any like financial or monetary
No.
purposes. We are doing
No.
this purely out of the fun we have.
Fun
Yeah.
and enjoyment.
Like if it grows,
Exactly.
cool. But I don't. At this point, I don't care if it does.
No.
Yeah.
This is fun. I
Yeah.
like doing this with my friends, you know?
This is boys'
Mhm.
time.
This is boys' time.
This is boys' time.
Exactly.
Boys' time. I dig it.
Exactly.
And that's why we want you guys to share this with your friends, your family. Let them know. You
Mhm.
guys could win Funko Luffy's and Funko other things.
Or
from
just
this
get
channel.
a good laugh.
True.
Yeah.
Get a good laugh in.
Yeah. Straight copium hit.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
make fun of us. Whatever. I don't
Yeah.
care.
We're
Yeah.
stupid.
Yes. 100% we are.
Yeah.
We are dumb people.
100% we are.
You shouldn't think that we are anything other than the bottom of the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Even our opinions can be dumb sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just get on to talk. I think we've talked about Call of Duty like 6 times, 7 times on this spot, and it always goes down the same rabbit hole. What's your favorite COD? And we're just like,
For
Yeah.
sure. For sure.
It's such a dumb conversation, but it happens, and we just have fun with it.
True dat,
Yes,
man.
sir.
True
Yes,
dat.
sir.
All right, let's get into it, man.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
was your week?
I
Oh yeah, right.
I got laid off, baby. Your boy's unemployed.
This episode is depression. Just
It is. Nah, I'm chilling. I mean, like, honestly,
You sound sad about it.
I mean, it kind of sucks right before the holidays, but like, EI saving me right now.
That's fair.
There's like no electrical jobs out there right now. Like nothing. There was one, but it's just too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying that.
Yeah, it's just a little too far for me.
It's
It
the
just doesn't
sanity.
make sense.
It's the commute for the sanity, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
Yeah. I can understand not wanting to give that up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like me driving downtown, driving 3 hours a day was mind numbing.
Mhm.
It was tough. It was real tough. But you know, it was an experience. I did it. It was fine. I got through it, but I don't think I can do that again.
That's fair, man. Because that's like you get there by 6 and you get home by like 5, 6.
I get there at 7, so I'd leave my place at 5:45 in the morning. 5:45 a.m. So then I'd drive there. That's about an hour 15. I get there about 7. Maybe just before 7. Then I can chill, and then I start 7:30.
Get back home when?
I get back home 5:15 to 5:30.
It's almost like 12 hours.
12 hours, basically.
In between.
Yeah.
You know how crazy that is?
Man.
That's crazy, man.
It's so much.
It's not just you. It's like the entire workforce is kind of like that.
Yeah. And like, I understand that like trades are kind of like the thing to do if you want to quote make it, but like just giving up that much of your
time,
life and time is just like, you have to be very mentally strong to be like, okay.
That's 4 extra hours. That's 4 hours extra that you're losing in a day.
The thing is, I wouldn't mind it. I would work 12. I would work 5 12s. I wouldn't care. My problem is
as long as you were close.
As long as, well, not even that I'm close, that is not travel time, and it's actually, I'm being paid for it. The thing is, I'm not being paid for 4 hours of this life, of the life that I'm taking away for this. So now I'm working almost 50% more hours per day because I am now I'm not doing the things I want to do. I'm traveling. I'm getting ready for work. I'm doing all this stuff just for work. And it's like, okay, 12 hours and then hitting the gym and then coming home and eating dinner and sleeping and then waking back up.
You only get like an hour or an hour and a half to yourself at least before you have to go.
Not even. I mean, if I go to the gym, there's no time.
Right.
Like, I'm sure if you were stationed at one of the towers near where I live, it'd be easy because then you could like go there, and even if you want, go to the gym in the mall there, and then just go home.
As long as it isn't Vancouver, Burnaby, or Richmond, like the furthest away, like anywhere else is fine. I don't even mind like Lougheed, New West. Like I would go out to Chilliwack. Like that's easier for me. I don't even mind. But it's like there's nothing happening. So it's all in Vancouver, Burnaby, Richmond. It's like, oh, man, it's brutal. It's brutal, but. No jobs out there right now, so I'm just chilling.
It's like, and it's not even that too. It's just the highway and the commute is just asinine, and the amount. And I feel like the amount of people is just like more and more. And God forbid if there's a crash. And I've said this. Why
don't we stop building more towers in Vancouver and start building more towers outward? Wow, that's a crazy idea. Oh my goodness, it's almost like I'm a genius or something.
Yeah,
if you build more housing in the most expensive place to live, it's going to become more congested. But if you space that out, you could see
nobody wants to know logic. Okay?
Oh yeah, no. Why would we talk about logic? No, that's stupid. What?
So what have you been doing with your off time?
Absolutely nothing. No, good. I've been kind of I've been a little bit productive. I'm getting myself into the habit of like doing like productive stuff with my life, reorganizing stuff, cleaning my entire like room, that kind of thing. Like my plan is probably like if I don't find anything, I think this week I'm probably going to start scraping the popcorn ceiling in my bathroom. Okay. Starting like just getting the first step to the bathroom reno done, which is like because I just hate that roof. And I
heard popcorn ceilings aren't even really in anymore.
Dude, popcorn ceilings have been out forever. It was the dumbest thing. Who decided that they wanted to spray a bunch of shit on the ceiling? They're like, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool.
Okay.
Oh, let's just spray a bunch of random basically paint on the roof and see how it textures the roof. Wow, that's cool. It's dumb. It was stupid.
There was nothing more irritating when I was younger and I had bunk bed with my brother, and I would wake up in the morning and just nuke my head on the popcorn ceiling.
Oh,
there was literally nothing more irritating as a kid to just go and just nuke your head and just have a scrape across your head.
I hope we're 10 minutes in.
I don't think we were, but it's okay.
You swore first in like the first 30 seconds.
What did I say?
You said shit.
That's not a swear word.
You know what?
What do you mean?
We're a pod of degeneracy. Why does it even matter?
You always use every pod though.
Yeah, I'm trying to be better.
We're trying to be better people here, and it's not working because last night we had some degeneracy.
Last night was needed. Last night was needed.
That was insane, dude.
But yeah, popcorn stealing sucks.
That's
for sure.
How was your week?
Good. Focus more on the gym stuff and stuff behind the scenes and just kind of putting myself first.
Good.
And that's it.
Good.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That's all I'll say. Because I could really go down a rabbit hole. I'm not going to.
Yeah. No, you got some stuff going on.
Yeah. I started to get back into reading right before bed.
Yeah.
It actually I find that it really helps just me relax.
Yeah, that's fair.
It does.
Yeah.
I've heard people say that.
Yeah, I try and not look at my screen after a certain time and just have a book, and then I'll have a timer.
That's surprising because you normally listen to audiobooks.
Yeah, I do. But I thought too, if I could just kind of just separate myself completely from my phone right before bed, especially have maybe a 15-minute timer. Once that goes off, stop that, book on my little side thing, and it's right to bed. And then I just find I'm not tossing and turning, and I'm just kind of getting a better rest and a better sleep.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah,
I feel that.
Mm-hmm,
I feel that. Let's get into anime.
Yeah.
Get into anime.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Do we want to start with?
Did you guys actually want to talk about the movie that we watched last night?
Kind of do.
We can start with
too.
that.
Yeah.
So last night,
Yep.
we decided to watch the Hunter x Hunter movie. What was it called? The Phantom.
It was something.
Shadow Phantom.
So wasn't it called the Rogue one?
I'll double check it.
The Phantom Rogue. Yeah, that's what it was
Phantom
called.
Rogue.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter Phantom Rogue movie, which I don't think is canon at all.
No.
All the cool movies are never canon.
Yeah, but it felt
don't
like
know.
it could have fit in the timeline.
It could have.
It could have, but it would have definitely, I think, taken away. I honestly, I'm a big Hunter x Hunter stan.
What do you mean by that?
I'm a big Hunter x Hunter
What do you mean
stan.
by that?
I love Hunter x Hunter to its core. I am a big
You won't be
fanboy.
able to explain it.
But I don't think this movie was necessarily. It kind of ruined the mystery of a character that I thought would have had a cooler time. Because I don't think to its core, the fourth Spider Troop who's in this movie, spoilers. I don't think he was that menacing. Spoilers. Movie's been out since 2013. It's not like this movie's new or anything. This movie's been out for almost 12 years.
Yeah, so the premise of this movie was basically about the fourth Phantom Troop member.
Spoilers.
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 12 years
the
old
fourth
movie.
Phantom Troop member that Hisoka, who we thought killed
Yeah.
in the show.
That's what I thought.
That's what we all assumed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Kurapika's tied to it, and a friend that he dearly loved
Yeah.
that was tied to it too. Animation was peak for this freaking movie for 2013.
Yeah.
It was
really good.
I'd have to say it was better than JJK Zero.
That's a stretch.
I'd say no. I'd say in terms of
Or on par.
Wait. I'd say in terms of the scenery and everything, I'd say yes. I agree with just the regular scenes that they were drawing. They looked great, but in terms of fight scenes, Zero had better fight scenes.
I'm still in the mindset that older animes back in the 90s and the 2000s were still some of the most best animation.
The most best?
So they went. You know what it is? It's they have that.
I did think about that real hard.
They have that grittiness to
it.
them.
Was really
It's like hard pencil.
Yeah,
pressing in the 90s hardcore animation.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now I feel like it's a little bit softer.
it is.
It's very smooth.
It's cleaned up.
Yeah.
Whereas the older school, they added a little bit of. They left in some of that
edge.
That edge.
But I think I'd prefer that over what we have now.
Fair.
Where
it felt.
Now, I'll say that there's some anime that do it very well. Free Run does it very well.
Free Run does it really well.
Yeah. I felt
Wistoria.
Yes.
I felt
Wistoria.
Actually, Wistoria is pretty clean, but I feel like in their fight scenes they can get a little bit gritty.
That soft though.
Yeah,
They have the hard edges.
Yeah.
Kind of like that 90s style.
I felt back in the day it was almost unfinished on purpose because it gave it some that raw edge to it.
Yes.
But it was unfinished on purpose.
Well, not. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't call it unfinished. It was more like unpolished.
Thank you. That's
So the only thing I really didn't like about this film was, I think the fourth Phantom Troop member he was not it. Like he was so
this man was
boring.
calling him God for like the entirety of the movie.
No, I was making speculations. Yeah, he is because he is a world breaking character. He is technically, he could become God. He could make copies of anybody from anyone's memory.
And the backstepping begins.
Yeah, exactly.
Hold on. That doesn't mean he's a good character. That means he's a horrible character because he's a world breaking character. I just don't think, and I don't think his powers are cool. They're mimicry. Whatever. It's mimicry.
It's a mimicry.
Yeah.
But they made Krollo, like Krollo was what? He was using a little dagger to try to attack Hisoka. And
he wasn't using his
It's like he wasn't using Phaeton wasn't using he was just using the swords.
Well, they're still
blonde-haired dude, I can't remember his name.
So like
no, they're still puppets, but some of them could use their powers. Uvogin could use his power.
So what this dude's ability is whatever he can like remember or see is how he replicates.
Hold on. But there's a wrench thrown in that when you talk about a Lumi.
Right. He's only seen a Lumi. He hasn't like
No, they said in the movie, particularly this line.
Oh, it was like memories, right?
It was from Killua's memory.
Right.
He pulled it from Killua's memory.
Right. Maybe at that point he didn't see Illumi's needlework. I don't know.
See?
I don't know.
This is what I'm saying.
Okay, so this movie definitely has
plot holes
for sure.
Through and through.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of, and it's a very far-fetched thing, is how Retsu's eyes were his eyes. And then before they got to the mansion, Retsu. No, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Yeah.
So there's definitely flaws with this.
There's so many.
There's definitely flaws.
And
it's okay.
Hold on.
No. I thought I had it, and I was like,
not
even
just that. We were also super fried last night.
We were
to be completely honest.
Yeah.
But for me, I start to really. I find if I get super high, what I start to do is I start to nitpick on like small things.
Yeah.
When it comes to movies, I don't know why I do it, but I just do it. And when I was watching HunterXHunter, I was like, I love HunterXHunter so much. I want to love this. I love everything about it, but I just don't love this antagonist.
I mean, by the end of it, I was like, yeah, this is okay. It was okay. It wasn't like good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrible. There were definitely major plot holes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like when Hisoka showed up to Kurapika's room to let him know about the fourth member, and he was like, well, I didn't actually kill him. It was his puppet that I killed.
Yeah.
And they were like, why would you not go after him? He was like, because you don't let delicious prey go like that. You want to keep them around and entertain yourself.
Not even just that. I think
he licked his lips. The Hisoka style.
The whole eyes thing really felt shoehorned. It like this dude's powers are to make a copy of somebody.
Yeah,
it's not to steal somebody's eyes out of them. Like that's just such a weird thing that they added into his powers, and they never explained it. It was never like there was no. It was weird.
They kind of explained it when I think it was Gon asked Retsu about her puppet. She's like, the eyes of a puppet are the most important thing because it's what gives the life to the puppet.
Yeah, it gives them a soul.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I understand why they were doing it.
Why it was added in.
I'm saying why the whole reason the eyes were in the story, like he stole his eyes, like it didn't even need to be that.
Maybe because
it was almost unnecessary.
His puppets needed life. And he would steal the eyes to give them like
he said it. He was like he likes to put contradictory things together. So like with a Lumi, like you get the cold, vile position of Lumi with the body, but you get the purity
and the
from Gon's
honesty
eyes.
Of
Gon's eyes, right?
Because it's like art at the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah.
Which like
reminds me of Daedra.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Daedra.
Which in that sense kind of makes sense because you have like...
I mean, it makes sense for his motives. I still don't understand it from a power aspect. It just seems really, really odd that he can just make copies of things that steal things' eyes. Like, I don't know. It just felt... Like, the whole premise felt weird. Like, the fourth Phantom Troop member, like, realistically, he could have had any power, right?
Yeah,
Like we
yeah.
don't know. This whole story is like written in after, right?
Yeah.
So his powers could have been anything. I just think the powers that they gave him in the movie were kind of just ridiculous.
That's fair.
Just a little bit. Like I think they were over the top.
Yeah.
They added too many plot holes to the story, and it just wasn't fleshed out enough. Other than that, like animation's great though.
I mean, fair. I mean, it's an original movie, right? It's not a part of the manga or anything.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
They were like, we want movies to make more money.
Yeah.
And so they just gave some cool stuff. Like the Phantom Troops showing up, Uvogin reappearing. We saw a little bit more of Uvogin's powers, which I thought was pretty cool. I really like Uvogin as a character.
Uvogin as a character was great.
Yeah.
I think that the whole Phantom Troop is dope.
Man's
like,
a beast.
no, I loved like
He beat the shit out of those kids.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
I was
dude.
saying it was Ronnie Coleman and some 10-year-olds. He was just swinging on 10-year-olds, just beating the absolute hell out of them.
For context, he would beating the crap out of freaking Killua and Gon, and they thought they could take him for some reason.
Killua even said he's like, we have to run.
And the thing is,
we have to run.
the thing is,
He's like,
if you're even
Gon,
mildly,
we have to leave, brother.
if you're a mild fan of Hunter x Hunter, this actually takes place before their Nen abilities really start to arise.
Yeah,
they can
so
only
they can
use
do
like
Nen like Retsu and
like
Ren and stuff like that.
OG,
But
Nen.
not the Junkin or Killua's God of Lightning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
like
there's
at
no powers.
one point, I think Uva was charging them, and they were both like, "Okay, focus," and they panicked and they couldn't do their Nen because it was so new to them.
Yeah.
which I thought was hilarious because they're like, "Okay, focus," and they're like, "Oh my god."
You know, Uvogin's Big Bang Impact is sick as shit.
It is.
It's so dope.
Like
Yeah.
those characters are so cool. I like. It's funny how they had the cameo from those what were the worm guys? Remember?
The Shadow Beast.
the shadow beasts.
you were like, what are these losers doing here? I was in agreement. To be fair, I would have wanted the other Shadow Beasts instead, because we didn't get to see what they were all about.
Yeah,
We just saw like one was flying, or like two were flying, and like
No, the funniest part is they shoehorned them in. It was like they were in there for like one clip and then they got cut down. They just walked up and died.
because
and
they
that
were the
was
loser
end of
bits of the Shadow Beasts. They were literally bottom barrel.
Oh, 100%. But even the fact that they just used them there and just like you could
like
used,
what's the little hair guy gonna do?
it didn't even need to be there.
No.
Like, it just felt, yeah. I would personally, I give that movie I don't know, maybe a solid.
It's a 5.
I'm contradictory. Yeah, I'd say
No, yeah,
6. I'd say
4.5.
6.
4.5.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, just because like now that we're sober and we're talking about it, like there's a butt ton of plot holes for sure.
Yeah.
Things that are kind of weirdly explained. The only reason I was like it's okay is because I thought the animation was great. The fight scenes were cool. And then Ahsoka and like the spider showing up to help fight, and then going from there, I was like, okay.
The ideas are cool.
Yeah.
I think the how they structured it and how they actually did the story was poorly done.
Yes. You know what? We should watch The Last Mission.
I'm so down.
We should watch The Last
when
Mission.
does that take
down.
place?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Oh,
But
interesting.
they go
Find
back
out.
to Heaven's Arena. They go back to Heaven's
Really?
Arena.
Okay.
So
And I think Netero's alive in this.
Okay.
So is it before the ants?
It has to be.
Maybe.
If Netero's alive, it has to be before Ants.
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh no, it would because he. Maybe I don't know. It's hard to say.
It has to be.
We'll watch it and we'll let you guys know our review on it because
Yeah.
we love Hunter x Hunter.
Yep.
yeah.
And like we'll
Big
give the
Hunter
movies a
fans.
chance to watch. It's all on Netflix.
It is.
Right.
all on
If
Netflix.
you had
Dropped on
seen that
Netflix for
movie
this
when it
reason.
first came out, at the end, there was a big spoiler.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of big
dude.
spoilers.
The credits they spoiled Kite.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they
Kite
spoiled
was a
Kite.
giant spoiler.
It was like 4 seasons prior. Like this movie would have.
Okay, so speaking of that,
yeah.
I gotta double check this, but apparently in the original '90s anime, the '90s anime for it, you remember when Kite was talking about how, or maybe it was Gon talking about how he met Kite the first time,
Yeah.
and it was about the bear and stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, that portion was actually in the '90s anime first
Oh.
before he actually met Kite.
So that would make that
Dude,
good context on who
okay.
Kite is.
Yeah.
If that's the case, because none of us have watched that one, or like the OG one.
Mhm.
If that's the case, that would have actually been a kind of a cool plot thing that I would have liked to see in the main line, like in the 2013 anime.
Mhm.
I would have loved to see Kite earlier because it would have raised so many questions.
I'm like, who's that guy?
Who's that guy? And then when he comes back, you're like, it's him.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. In the manga, it's in the manga. Kite meets Gon at the beginning of the manga.
Yeah,
that's what it was.
Really?
Sorry, yeah.
That's interesting.
Because
okay.
in the Chimera Ant arc,
he also revealed that he was trained by Gon Freaks. Or Jing. Sorry, Jing Freaks.
Oh yeah. Oh, they did. Oh, cool. Okay, so they actually they said all that in the beginning. That's cool.
That's cool. But yeah, it was just like at the end of the film, it's kind of like the credits are showing like
the characters,
all the characters, and then all of a sudden Kite pops up, and I was like, that's way too early to show that dude. That's crazy.
This is really
you know what?
early.
It was probably gonna lead into that.
But it couldn't because they were well beyond that power level.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because of where they're
See the plot holes in this movie.
See plot holes. That's what I'm saying.
Confusing.
I mean, like it's good movies.
Yeah.
But we have other things to talk about.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Daima first.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's get into Daima.
Yeah.
We're continuing the journey with Daima. I'm saying this from the get-go. Like, if you want your kids to get into Dragon Ball, start with this and then get them into like OG Dragon Ball Z, get into GT,
all the blood and everything,
all of that, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is for me. I don't know about you, and Coop is lost for all of Daima. It's a fun trip.
I'd agree,
and
not in that way.
Now, yeah, no. Why? Why are you like?
No, like
no one would have thought that until you just said it.
I thought it. So
exactly,
I had to just your preference.
No. And maybe I'm being a bit biased because I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. No, I know I am, actually. Forget. I'm not saying
you like Dragon Ball.
Oh my God, right? Nerd.
Nerd.
No, but it's such a I'm having fun with the show.
Yeah.
It's a fun freaking show, man.
Yeah.
Like the comedy, the silliness, and then when they do get a little bit serious, he put it all together really well.
Yeah.
Put it all together really well. And this episode, I started noticing commonalities between OG Dragon Ball and like GT stuff. Like Glorio or Glory Hole. Ooh,
Glory Hole.
Sorry, Pat. That's gonna be loud in there. Is like reminiscent of Trunks for GT and like Yamcha for Dragon Ball. You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The new. You know what's funny? She's named Pansy.
Yeah.
The new girl.
Oh, Pan.
So they introduced a new character. Her name is Pansy. We find out she's like the princess of the third demon world. She's the daughter of the demon king in the third.
Was it King? What's his name again? King Kendon?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
She's reminiscent of Pan.
Yeah.
You know? Shin is like the little robot Giro. He's just there. He's gonna be useless. Because that's what
he's just there.
Giro was useless.
Yeah.
And then it's like when you meet her father, it was kind of reminiscent of Ox King and Chi-Chi for the first time.
Yeah.
I was putting things together, dog. I was like, for me, this was fun. I was like, oh, there's goddamn parallels. And you were like, nerd.
The puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, like we get into it. They talk about more like what's going on, why they're here, blah, blah, blah. She asked Goku, like, can she use magic? Can he use magic? And he was like, what did he do? He like licked his nose.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're an idiot. That's
yeah,
not magic.
legitimately. Yeah. And she was like, can you use magic? And he did some floaty stuff. I was like, okay, this is fun. This is cool. And then they talk about like, they get to the kingdom. They learn that she's the princess and they talk to the king. And the king wants to take out Goma because he doesn't like Goma.
Yeah. He's like, F that dude.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll be a better king. I want to be supreme king. They talk about how Dabura was, even though he was bad, he wasn't this bad. So it goes back to like, maybe Dabura wasn't that bad of a king.
Justice for Dabura.
Yeah, man. Justice for Dabura.
Gone too soon.
And then they're like, we want to test you, Goku. And Goku's like, let me give you the hands.
Did we learn before this that Glorio actually approached the king and said,
yeah. So
I can find, and but if I'm not mistaken, didn't he say the king approached me?
He did.
Yeah.
So Glorio told them.
Yeah.
That
told Goku and pink dude
Shin.
Yeah. That the king approached him to find someone strong to defeat King Goma. And then in this episode, we find out, he approached the king. He's like, let me go find. So the homie's got ulterior motives.
Yeah.
There's something weird going on.
Yeah.
I have a feeling he wants to be Demon King.
Ooh, okay. And if I'm not mistaken, please correct me. The King and Pansy didn't know that Goku and Shin were turned into children. But Glorio did.
Yes.
So it's like, what's
the game here?
What's your game here, my friend? Right?
So what did you think of this episode? I know you're lost, but
it's not even like I'm lost. Like because
I thing that you told me earlier today.
Okay, yeah, like this, like you said, it's great. I think this is a great kids show. I just think it's for somebody like me who has not watched Dragon Ball and is trying to get into this for the first time. Like I'm Dragon Ball adjacent, is how I'd put it. This is a whatever story to me.
Yeah.
We're five episodes? 6 episodes? 5 episodes in.
Yeah.
And like the story is moving along like molasses on a wall. I am just watching it fall slowly, and I'm waiting. And there's some cool things sprinkled in. The fights are pretty decent, but I want something cooler. I was kind of the one thing that I was looking forward to this episode is when they said, "Oh, we want to test Goku." I thought they were gonna have like someone stronger come out
instead of just a bunch of soldiers.
Because we already saw that.
Yeah,
we've seen that a couple times now.
Yeah,
just grunts, him beating up grunts. Now we've had like this is the third fight where he's just fighting just grunts, right? And it's like, no, I want to see him have a cool fight. And we know that just from the story, he's gonna fight the Tamagamis.
The Tamagamis, yeah.
Tamagamis.
I think that's where it's gonna.
Where it's gonna pop off.
Yeah, and
I'm looking forward to that. But until
I think that's where they might fuse. Because he thinks he'll be strong enough, and he's like, I can't do this alone.
Who?
Who?
Oh,
whomever.
Your wet dream of Shin and Goku.
No. But like, whom?
Because I swear he's been talking about this since we started this show.
He's like, Shin and Goku will fuse. They're gonna fuse, and I know they're gonna fuse.
Well, no, it was ever since they found the whole fusing bug. I'm like, well, right now it's just him and Goku, and I don't know if the other ones are gonna show up. So that was just my thought. But I've been corrected that apparently you can't fuse with a Kai.
I will look into this
because I told you
Oh, you just can't. You just can't. Oh, so I can fuse with anybody, but I can't fuse with the pink person. Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. That makes sense. Oh yeah. Yep. Just can't do it. No, we're gods. We're gods of a power that can break the universe. But fusion with the pink ones?
Not on the table.
Off the table. That's ridiculous. Come on.
I just think that whenever they get to the fight with the people that protect the
Who told
Dragon
you
Ball?
Can't fuse with a Kai?
That thread that I told you about, a lot of people have said that.
No.
I'll show you after.
Okay, show me after, because what I remember is with the earrings, if you fuse with a Kai, it is a permanent fuse.
That's what
it is a permanent
That's what I was told.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can. The theory is you can fuse with a Kai.
But then you're stuck.
But it has to be with a Patara, but you'll be stuck forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. So it's.
I didn't mean to go off on like a tangent, but like.
Well, you did.
But yeah, I just think that like once the show gets to that fight, it'll be like. Pff.
I think it'll be better. But again. This is a
we gotta get you to watch like either OG Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, I fully.
I think he should watch the Cell Saga.
I'll watch the whole thing.
He needs to get to that. You just can't watch the Cell Saga. You have to get to that point. You can't just
be thrusted into it.
It's a goddamn journey, so you can understand why Gohan turned into what he turned into.
True.
And what the whole Cell thing was about.
True.
Just like, watch the Cell Saga, bro. There's no it'd be like with this show where he has no context. It'd be like, I don't know
watch the Shibuya arc, bro. Just watch the Shibuya arc.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. Just hey, we're gonna get you to watch.
It's a good arc.
It is a good arc, but he won't know that just by watching it.
That's okay.
It's almost like it to a certain extent. It's like 1,000 Year Blood War. Like if I told my friends like go watch 1,000 Year Blood War, they'd be like, oh,
they'll be lost.
They'll be lost.
They'll be like, oh,
this is cool, but I get it.
Cool, but I don't know what is going on.
This dude's dead. This dude's dying.
Why are so many people dying right now? I don't understand.
Who is these people? Why does this bitch have the biggest tits in the entire world?
True and real.
But yeah,
were they always that big?
Yeah, did they start that big? Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
no, they didn't. Go back to episode 1. It grew over time.
Homie,
did it?
Yeah,
homie, Orihime was never that big. Never.
I remember her having like she was always
by near the end. Yes, but if you go back, it wasn't like that.
Real like in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want to finish up with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Well, they get a plane. We learned that Pansy is very good mechanically, like Bulma. She's a mechanical genius.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. And they decide to take this big ass plane to go travel to the next area. And they're like, "How long is it gonna take?" 4 days. Goku's like, "I can't do anything in 4 days.
I don't want to do
lame."
that.
She's like, Pansy tells her like the third demon realm is the largest demon realm out of this.
So quit your whining.
Yeah. So just chill out.
Shut up.
And then their plane crashes because Pansy packed too much crap in the back.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because the engine couldn't handle it.
Yep.
I don't think the plane could.
Yeah. Yeah.
The plane did look old.
Old as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
That was a dumb,
took off and then they're like,
I like facepalmed at that story element. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
That's Toriyama's thing though.
Yeah.
He likes to create adventures as they keep going.
No,
we also
but like
skipped-
it just feels unnecessary. Like you could have had any other reason. Like
Sorry.
the ship got shot down. Or
We
something
skipped
like
the part where so Goku fights a bunch of grunts because the king says you guys can beat him, you'll get a pay raise.
Yeah.
So go. But the
Goku
reason
just beat the shit out
but
of
the
all.
reason
we
why
talked
they
about
did
this.
that is because Goku's like, yeah, I'm the strongest. And the king's like, bet.
Yeah.
And he's like, fight all these people.
Well, even Shin was like, "But you're a kid now. Can you handle?" I was like, "Are you an idiot?" I was like, "Are you dumb?
Yeah.
You talking to a god now?"
You know,
Yeah.
you know what? No, this is a pretty common trope. You see this from even One Punch Man. Like people will go up to Saitama will walk up and they'll be like, "No, you can't deal with this. You're just some bald
True
dude."
that. Yeah,
Right?
that's true.
Yeah, and then he just whoops ass. And the same thing with Goku. He's like, "Oh no, you're just a kid." It's like, no, he's a god kid.
He's
Yeah,
not just a kid,
100%.
he's the kid.
He's the kid.
Yeah. But it's cool because we get like a little preview of him going Super Saiyan.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Episode 5. This episode.
Yeah.
He turned Super Saiyan for the first time. GT.
Don't
Episode 5.
don't tell me.
GT in episode 5. That was the first time he turned Super Saiyan.
Oh,
Really? But like turn or just kind of like
Turned.
oh shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. This one he didn't really turn. He just kind of like flashed.
He
it
didn't
on.
need
He like
to.
flipped it.
It
on.
was just to blow all of them away with the massive power.
He like
increase.
turned the light switch on and then just turned it
Yeah.
off. real quick.
He's like, ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, I'll kill you
So
guys.
I'm like, GT parallels, man.
yeah.
He's what his underlings did. He basically just took it and was like, "I'll just redo your story.
Yeah.
I'll just redo it, man."
You guys know that meme of I think it's the character named Charlie looking at the board with all like the strings. That was
That's
him
Sheldon.
this entire episode.
I have a whole timeline theories for so.
He has a
long.
whole Pinterest board.
One
of this-
day I'm gonna have like a bunch of whiteboards and
That-
I'm just gonna walk you all through it, man, because it makes sense
Yeah.
once I explain, especially when I explain it and show it to you.
Like-
guys, you'll be like, "Oh," well, I mean, you'll be like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
You won't get it until you actually watch it.
like
But
Stanley
I
in
still won't.
Transformers 2. Don't worry, it's all on the walls. I took care of it. It's all on the walls. Just come in, Sheldon's drawing on the walls. I got it, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, legitimately.
Don't
man.
worry about
I
it.
have like 5 whiteboards up. This is this timeline, and we go. Yeah.
Eyes are
Anyways.
eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. I thought
That-
it was good. I'm gonna give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 for this
Mhm,
one.
mhm.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll give it a.
I'll never be
5.
mad at you for this because you are literally coming in blind. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's not that I don't want to like the show. It's just to me, it holds no emotional weight. Like
course.
if I'm judging it just purely on what I'm witnessing,
Yeah.
it's 5.
yeah.
Fair.
That's what I want from you. Is that honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
give it to you every
Yeah.
week.
What do you give it?
A 7.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice, solid
Solid
7.
number.
There
Yeah.
wasn't a lot that happened, but again, a lot of like we're getting the
Well,
ball.
there was a lot of revelations.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of
The
revelations.
ball is kind of going.
Yes.
Right. And then even in the episode, the king told one of his people to go get Goku's friends.
Yes.
So like now we're kind of getting.
Oh yeah, that was the other. They're
Yeah.
going to the other world.
Yeah. So now
Get
we're
'em.
kind of getting the crew back together. We're
Yes.
getting some things going. So
It's gonna be like another 5 episodes before they get there.
I think so. Yeah. Because it'll probably focus more on like the core
The
group,
journey.
and then
gonna
like
build the
maybe
story.
2 minutes is like that guy being like, "Hey, Earthlings, come with me."
Mhm.
So yeah, but overall good.
Dan to Dan.
Dan to Dan. Dan
The
to
search
Dan.
for the ball continues.
The golden nutsack.
The golden nut. Yeah, the majestic golden nut.
Yep.
Who wants to take it away?
Cooper, go.
Me?
Yeah.
You're the
Oh,
unemployed
my
one.
Goodness.
That was fun.
That was a moral.
that was
Damn, dude.
That was uncalled for.
I'm chilling right now, okay? I'm big chilling. So this episode starts and it is mainly focusing on the pink-haired girl. I don't even remember her name, to be completely honest. It's
Shiratorizawa. Well, her last name is Shiratori.
Okay, right? Shiratori.
What is her name?
Yeah, the paint.
Iori.
Iori or Yori?
Was one or the other.
Yeah. Iori or Yuri, the pink hair girl. She is
the girl who thinks that heaven has talked to her.
Yeah, she's the ultimate narcissist. She just loves herself more than anything.
Yeah, it's Ira Shiratori.
Okay, there you go.
Ira, however you want to pronounce it.
She is like, she thinks she is the greatest thing that God has ever created.
Yeah.
She's so beautiful.
She's like the pretty girl in high school.
She is the chosen one.
She is the chosen one because of her beauty, because she's so perfect. Mm-hmm. And you learn to hate this woman and you want to bash her skull in with a frying pan. But yeah.
Or a wash pan like Momo did last episode.
Yep.
That fits better.
There you go. So what ends up happening is there's more of them more shots of them in the high school, kind of building their high school life and building on the idea that Okarun does like ISA, like kind of is gaining feeling. Like she's starting to see that she's cute.
What we get in the beginning is like this high school kid talks to Okarun about Momo and was like, "Hey, she's pretty cute. Like, are you guys dating?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, I don't know. Like, we're just friends." And he was like, "Wait, cute?" And then he like thinks about her. I was like, "Oh my god, she is cute." But no, she's my best friend.
Yeah.
She's my only friend. I don't think of her like that.
He does and then he transforms. He does transform.
Yeah,
because Homeboy says that there's a rumor
going around that she's super easy.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Don't say that shit about her." And he started transforming. And the dude was like, "You want a death wish?" He's like, "Do you want to die?"
Yeah. What's crazy is that like, so the dude talking to Ken is like taller than Ken, and he's holding a shirt like this, and Ken transforms and fucking towers this dude. Yeah. And Ken is like, "Say it again." And the kid's like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry."
What I really like was the effect, the red effect, where it comes up and it's like kind of peeling away, and kind of burning away.
It almost like seeps off of him.
Yeah,
it's
it kind of
really
has this
cool.
very cool effect. To his powers, and I really do like the way that they've animated this.
Mm-hmm. But I wonder now if like he can transform just due to like anger, or like what kind of triggers
have
it.
To learn to control it.
It's not their anger, because we see that near the end of the episode.
True.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes,
we do see that near the end of the episode.
So maybe he's kind of getting more attuned to it.
I think he just doesn't know how to control it yet. Yeah. He's still yet to even try. I think these are just brand new powers that he doesn't know what's going on with. Their main goal.
The training wheels are still on.
Yeah, training wheels are still on, and main goal is golden nut.
Yeah, I mean when he runs out the class and then Turbo Granny's in his backpack and he's like, "What the hell are you doing in there?" And she's like, "You having some trouble with my power? So let me inside of you.
Let me help you."
She's literally like, "Let me inside of you so I can help you control." I'm like, there's double entendres being played in this.
I still just love how she's just in like a stuffed cat doll.
Yeah,
it makes it like, because she's like, but she's yay big and she's in this little fluffy cat. Mm-hmm. And regardless of what she says, I'm like, you're funny.
The voice actor who does the granny for both English and Japanese,
is great.
Both great.
Yeah,
like from just the character itself is so good. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then Momo comes, and I don't know why Okarun decided to hide the fact that Cat was in the bag, that Turbo Granny was in the bag. I thought that was a little odd.
He hid it at first because he didn't know who was there, and then I don't think he.
Well, no, Momo was like, "What's going on?" And he didn't tell her.
No, because he's still shy and he still thinks she's cute.
I mean, I guess
that
seems silly.
It does seem silly.
It seemed a little silly, that part. I don't know. I was like, you could have just told her, man. It's like, what? I'm not gonna get mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
Turbo Granny was the one that entered your bag.
I don't think he's worried about the getting mad. I think he was worried, like he's like seeing her in a new light, which was what I was talking about. Like he's looking at her and he's like, "Oh shit, she's cute. I'm super shy. Like, how do I talk to this girl?"
Takes. Yeah, different takes, which is fine.
Awkward.
That's
just
how
like,
I'm seeing it.
Yeah. And then we get to like Ira, whatever her name is.
Mm-hmm.
She talks about how she's such a big narcissist and is the chosen one. And she's like, "God gave me this golden ball, Okarun's nut."
And we learned that she can see things.
After she got bonked on the head
with the nut.
Yeah, and she thought she saw demon wings coming out of Momo when it was clearly a hand. So she's dumb. We know this. All
pretty girls are.
She's dumb narcissist.
That was
that was out of pocket.
That was wildly out of context.
Jesus. And she wants to exercise her. And Now, the crazy thing is her friends are like, because you're our friend, we believe you. I'm like, are you dumb? Why do you feed into this delusion?
No, that
because pretty girls have dumb friends.
Yo, when they literally lured ISA to a junkyard and jumped her, that was wild, bro.
Yeah.
Because your friend says she's a demon, bro. Have some respect.
Understand
for yourself.
if your friend is thinking like that, there's probably something wrong with your friend.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't
BetterHelp.com.
You shouldn't feed into the delusions. Find an adult. Find an adult and be like, yo, our friend thinks this girl is a demon and she's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any adults in the school? Or
The teachers.
Well, like, have
no,
you like
I don't think they've been in the show.
Yeah, have you like seen them? Think about it for a second. Have you seen any like teachers or adults?
No, but they do this even in a show like shoot, what was the show that just came out about them fighting in high school?
Like there's like
Windbreaker.
There's like
Windbreaker.
There's 20,000 animes that do.
I knew exactly what he was talking about.
No, Windbreaker. Windbreaker just came out, and like that show is legitimately all based in high school. Like the entire show.
No teachers though.
Never see a teacher.
So funny.
Not once. You don't even know if they are getting taught.
That's hilarious.
There's nothing even shown about them taking notes or studying
It's all
anything. It's literally just all fights.
That's
hilarious.
Anyways, Dan to Dan.
Yep.
So ISA or Ira ends up luring her out. Kat tells them, they talk about finding this, and Okurin's like, I think a person picked it up, and he was right.
Mm-hmm.
And the cat lady's like, I know who, like, she finds out who it is, and she's like, I'll tell you who it is after school, because Ira was like, we'll do this exorcism thing after school.
Yeah.
I was like, Turbo Granny's playing games. And then
Of course she is.
And then the minute Momo walks away with Ira, she tells Okurin, it's her.
Yep.
It's her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Momo gets jumped by the two friends. They freaking leg sweep her and like shove her onto
Put
the
a zip tie
ground.
around her hands.
And they zip tied her.
Which is
I'm like,
wild.
that's some psycho shit.
Yeah.
When you
Like,
zip tie someone's
God
that's crazy.
damn, bro. Like
Yeah.
that was insane to me. I'm like, okay. And then Ira jumps on her with this cross, and
she's like this to her face. She's like, "Be gone, demon."
Yeah, and then that didn't work, and she's like,
"What are you doing?" And then she takes out the nut, and then she's like, "I will use the nut to purify you." And she puts Okurin's nut in Ayasa's face, and she's like, "Take the nut."
Mm-hmm. After like Momo uses her like phantom hands to yeet the friends into rubble.
Yeah.
And they should be dead. Literally,
Dude, they should not be alive.
Yeah, because they were like mangled at one point.
And they got thrown into like metal and
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. Dead. They should be dead. Yeah. So then
if they're alive somehow, I'll be very disappointed.
Me too.
You know what?
Yeah.
Then I've watched Jackass enough times to know that you can survive some shit like that.
You know, that might be a good point.
Fair. Yeah. So then Ira goes,
That's a good point.
Heaven's nut. ISA's face, be gone. And then ISA is like, is that a nut? Is that his balls? Ira, are you dumb?
That's Okurin's
That's
testicle.
Okurin's
She literally
testicle.
says the line is that is Okurin's testicle.
Yeah.
And it was touching her face. I was like, this is.
It was like this. It was like this, just pressed into her cheek. It was hilarious.
She's like, no, this was a magic item given to me by God. And I was like,
and we actually learned how she got it.
yes.
Which was super cool.
It was revealed, and that was super cool.
It was super cool, yeah.
It was a cool callback.
What happened?
The fight when Okurin and ISA are on the train, running away from Turbo Granny Crab Woman thing, demon thing, and they purify her through that gate where Seiko was sitting.
Yes.
Yeah.
At that moment, you see
Ira
walking, and then you see a big blue flame of the cursed flame when Turbo Granny got.
Yes.
And then the ball flew over and hit her in the head.
Yeah. The shot was cool because like it was like kind of like a little portrayed down, and then we see Ira pick up the ball, and in the background is the train, and then like the fight just
It makes me wonder, because Pat gave spoilers, that there's another character that's adding.
Mm-hmm. If he
actually there no, the thing is it's even in the intro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but if that person has the other ball,
if that person has, and if that person was also they witness the fight.
Ooh, on the other side.
So it's like a connected thing. Yeah. It makes me wonder.
Keep
it's
doing
like
small callbacks. That'd be pretty cool.
Callback.
It's like heroes.
Callback.
It's all connected. Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Great callback. Nice.
You know?
Yeah.
And then we get introduced to this new entity.
Yokai.
This new yokai that Ira's like, you see the lady in the red dress.
Yeah. So some context.
She was teased kind of throughout the episode.
They're like standing in the hallway, and then Ira's like, look, the field, the person, and the friends are like, is this bitch insane? Yeah, and then
she's like, that's Momo's familiar. I'm like,
and we can like it will flash to a different, I guess, like clip, and like the pink lady's standing in the field staring at Ira, and she's like, ha, look. And the friends are like, yeah, we see her.
And then like Okuran comes running, he's like, that's not the lady that's after her. There's something else that's after her. It's not after you, it's after her, blah blah blah. And then this giant,
it was a quick sweep.
Yeah, came in.
It was just like
grabbed Ira and was like, blah blah. I'm your mom. I love you. I miss you.
Sweetheart,
you
you're here.
Yeah, and she freaky looking. She freaky looking.
Yeah, the animation they've been doing on these on the yokais is like it's pretty terrible.
Very original. And I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
When you learn that it's called the acrobatic Silky from Turbo Granny, she was looking it up online on a phone.
Yeah,
and
it's like, hey you.
And Momo was like, how do you have my friend's phone? What the hell?
Yeah.
She was like, are you looking this up online? She's like, yep, that's an acrobatic Silky. Just totally ignores it.
I love how
like,
she has the phone.
Yeah. And just like, super acrobatic.
Yeah.
Wears a red dress. They're like, yep, that's her. And I was like, that's cool. And this thing is calling Ira my daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
and then we get like a weird flashback.
Right? Yeah. It was a weird flashback of like, what was it?
They met, like, I guess.
It was, the first one we saw was
someone taking Ira away.
And she was like, no,
mom, no.
And then we saw at the end, Ira was like pulling the dress of this woman who was bloodied and kind of beaten up a little bit.
And she looked like she was like, I don't want to say homeless, but like just like lost.
Yeah.
She looked like her hair was a mess. Didn't really see her face.
I don't think it's her mom. I think it's just a lady that went crazy.
I think my theory, and this is, I have no idea. I don't know the context. This is just my thought. My theory is that the lady that we saw in the flashback died and became the yokai. And before she died, maybe Ira got lost from her father and like as a toddler just like wandered over and she was like,
Mommy,
I need help. And then the lady maybe lost her daughter and she's like, holy shit, my daughter's back. And then her father's like, no, get away. And the scene of like her father walking away is the lady being like, give me back my daughter. And then so like the thought is that like she thinks she's her daughter. Ira might have thought that's her mom, and there's a whole thing.
This is all speculation.
This is literally this is all speculation. I have no idea.
There's going to be no explanation on this. I don't see
the next episode. I think.
I really don't even think they're going to give an explanation on it.
I think
they showed in the preview for like the next.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to show it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So
okay, interesting.
I don't know if that's true. That is just a theory from what I saw.
Yeah.
They get into a fight with this thing.
Yep.
It ends up eating Okuran in his transformed state.
Not much of a fight, just more like a one-sided.
100%.
She just like ate him.
Yeah,
and then just
swallowed him, swallowed Ira, and then
because this yokai's tall as shit.
And then started swallowing Isa.
Yeah, and it only attacked Momo because she was like, "You turned my daughter against me." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, say you're sorry.
And ended up eating them.
Yeah,
and it was disgusting how they eat them.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Where's my daughter?" And then Turbo Granny's like, "Hey, you idiot. Spit those kids back out because I need them."
Yeah.
And she's like, you're so, what did she say? Like, you're not even important, or like you're irrelevant?
She's like, you're an idiot because before she ate Momo, she had her hair wrapped around Momo, so then ate her. So then she had still some of her hair in her mouth, and she's like, you're dumb.
And then she gets lit on fire.
And we learned that the cross that Ira had was actually a lighter.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're an idiot because you ate your hair and then gets engulfed in like blue flames. And she's like, ah!
And then regurgitates them back out.
Yeah, like a baby bird.
And then Momo is like, let's fuck her up.
Yeah.
And then that's where it ends.
Yeah, because like Okuran's back in his like human form. Momo is like still tied up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but they're all haggard. Ira's just like out cold.
Yeah.
And then Momo's like, bet, time to fucking
Go
beat this bitch.
Yeah. So we're gonna get an epic fight next episode.
Yes,
Yep. It's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
I think it'll be.
I give this episode a solid.
Do you
8
guys
out of
think
10.
that since we have a new character, and a new yokai, we'll get a new person with powers?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think moving forward, anyone that joins the group and we encounter a new, I guess, primary yokai, like the one that we were just introduced to, the new kid in the group and the new yokai will somehow merge into like how Okuran will get
Just
more
like
of
how
that.
Shin and Goku are gonna fusion.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Daima.
You know what? Now I'm kind of speculating that there's gonna be a big bad who's been doing this the whole time, like a regular
Who's
person
like, oh,
that's
okay.
been- that confused the spirit
Yeah.
the whole time, and they're gonna be the big bad that they're gonna have to fight eventually somewhere down the road.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. I want to see where this goes because like obviously with Den we have no grand overarching story yet. There is
It's just like one thing is happening after another. It's
one
random events.
Yeah, there's no big bad, there's no big antagonist. There's small antagonists throughout. But they're they're just menial. They're in an episode or two and then they're beat. And like we're still waiting for that big story to pop up and see exactly like where we're gonna go. But right now
the pacing is good.
pacing's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said you gave it a score already?
I give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with that. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think an 8 out of 10.
I'm there too.
Solid
Yeah.
4 plus 4.
4 plus 4. Easy.
2 plus 6.
Nice.
1 plus 7.
Nice.
3 plus
Math.
5.
I give it
6 plus 2. That's the same thing as 2 plus 6.
I give it 8 golden ball sacks out of 8.
Out of 8? Out of 8?
Yeah, like
You give it a full 10.
Full score?
oh, pardon me. 4 plus 4.
Said that. Okay, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I
let's
hate
stop with
this.
this. We're giving it an 8 out of 10. I think unanimous decision. It was really good. It keeps me like engaged. I am really enjoying it. I wouldn't say it's peak, but I'd definitely say it's up there.
It's entertaining.
It's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good show.
I'm interested.
Yes.
Like to watch more.
Yeah.
But-
As long as there's no more fan service. I
yeah.
think I'm
No.
good.
I want fan service, but if Seiko, only Seiko.
Nigga grandma!
Ooh, that gilf can get it. Naked
That one
grandma
episode of
can
her
get
butt was not needed, but I appreciate it.
it. Dude, I want all the episodes of her butt. That's all I want. That's all I want. Let's get into Bleach.
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 Take it
The big
Take it away.
Big Bleach.
big
Take it away, Andre.
So it starts with we get a little recap of kind of what's happening at the last
Mimi huggy. Mimi huggy.
Episode.
Mimi
Mimi
huggy.
huggy, Mimi huggy, Mimi huggy.
Okay. Basically on the ground, everyone in Soul Society is kind of like coming together and they're like, we're gonna open the gate, XYZ.
So they summon the Dragon Balls.
They summon all the
really do.
Dragon Ball.
really
They're missing
do.
one person. RIP Ukitake.
Well, they don't have enough spiritual energy to maintain the gate to stay open.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
the problem. And
yeah.
one of them was like, we need Ukitake. He's got
Yeah.
the most spiritual.
We can't
pressure.
do this. I think it was Kiraku's lieutenant. I can't remember her name. The
I can't remember
guy
her name either. It doesn't matter.
it's Nano.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. But she's like,
Really
we can't do it. And then some of the Bizards came back and put on their like whole suits and they're like, we'll help you. Wee. And then
Still wasn't enough.
no.
Wasn't enough.
So then RGB God
RGB God
decided to amplify everyone's
He's like,
spirit
I have a
action.
soul pressure amplifier. And Urahara was like, why didn't we just use that from the beginning?
Yeah.
And he always like, I didn't anticipate we needed to use it.
Basically, he's like, I thought we were better than this, guys.
Yeah.
Literally. He's like, because I thought we were better.
You guys are actually
But the
dog.
fact that he had one in just his back pocket was like,
He has everything.
literally.
No, I legitimately
The
think
man
he
has
could-
a contingency plan for every.
he
is
could have
the
stopped this. He chose not to.
He
wanted this.
He is the Batman of the Soul Society because he has a plan for everything.
You think he doesn't have something that would have stopped Yawak? Come on. Could be real, bro. He already had it. He had the wall that could contain, or the box that could contain Yawak for the rest of his life. He had the friggin' thing that got Gojo in JJK. You think he doesn't have that? Please.
Please.
I don't know. Hard to say.
RGB God has everything. He could have stopped this whole thing. He just wants to see where it's going to play
He
out.
just wants to watch.
Sick.
He just wants to watch chaos.
He's a psychopath.
he's a sociopath because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Yeah. But and then on, I guess on one of the floating,
in the Soul Palace.
Yeah, thank you. Again, we see Drip Jow show up.
Drip Jow.
we see Drip Jow show up.
Drip Jow does show up, bro.
From him Jow to Drip Jow.
Nah, he drippy as hell.
And like it's funny too because like him and Ichigo lock eyes and he's like, "What's up, Ichigo?" He's like, "You wanna fucking you wanna fuck around, dog?" He's like, "We'll go right now, bro."
You think I'll kill you for this?
Yeah, he like
the only reason I'm up here is so that I can beat your ass afterwards.
He's like, "I'm the only one that'll beat you."
Yeah, he like pulls out his sword.
Vegeta.
Yeah, he pulls out a sword and he's like, "We'll go right now." And as he's saying it, he gets bumped to the head by a pair of large breasts from Nell, and she's like,
"Ichigo!
Oh my god, I'm here, and I don't have to be a kid anymore, and we can be in love."
Ada made me a bracelet. I can go from kid to adult, kid to adult, kid. But she's like, "I'm just gonna say an adult though, because I think it's easier and it'll be more helpful to you, Ichigo." And Orihime is just standing like, and Chad's like, "I know what you're thinking. Why?"
Chad basically said, "Look."
Why does he make things
that he doesn't have to? Yeah.
That he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
Like, no. So he's like, it's okay. I understand.
Yeah. At this point, Chad's like, I get it.
It's so funny.
But that's not what even she was saying. She was
this
like,
episode
why
kind
is
of
this
was
big boob lady all over Ichigo?
This episode
literally.
was Ichigo's harem. Like when you think about it through and through, this was the harem episode of Bleach.
Yeah, a little bit.
It really was.
A little bit.
He had all of his love interests all in the same episode.
Because
all gawking over.
I'm pretty sure. So the next character that we see is Riruka.
Yeah,
from
so
the
we
Fullbringers.
actually get
Fullbringers.
the Fullbringers come right after
the Fullbringers.
right after Nell shows up.
And
the
didn't
Fullbringers show up.
Riruka kind of have a thing for him?
Yep, she does.
She does. Yep.
Again, the harem.
That's what I was saying. That's exactly where.
And then I'm pretty sure we all know that regardless of what she said, Yurichi is still down for him.
Yeah, she was asking if
Who's
he
down for him.
Yorichi?
I still think Yorichi is kind of still still down bad for Ichigo.
Yeah, because
Yorichi.
Yeah.
Why would she be down bad for Ichigo? Her and her Urahara are a thing.
That's true.
Oh yeah, true. Sorry, yeah. Well, no, it was that one episode long ago when he was trying to achieve Bankai, and she's like, "You've never seen like
she was playing with him.
Yeah, she's always playing.
That was her just teasing him.
And me too.
Well, she was teasing everybody, but like she doesn't have a thing for Ichigo.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Like her and Urahara are a couple.
No,
100%.
Orihime, Riruka, and Nell. Those are his love interests.
Yeah.
He has 3 love interests in the show. They showed them all off in this one. But technically, there's only one main one because the 2 other ones are side characters.
Yes.
And please,
Ruruka shows out. Yukio shows up.
Thank you.
Yukio is the kid that can create his own like pocket dimension.
Yeah, the Game Boy dude.
Yeah. PSP.
Yeah. Thank you.
How dare you?
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Which begs the question: if other Fullbringers are going to show up?
No, they won't.
You don't think so?
No, and I'll tell you exactly why.
Why?
Because you could tell that they were shoehorned.
What do you mean?
Like they literally came to show up just to use that one power, and then they were like, "Okay, Riruka, you stay here. Yukio, you stay here. We're gonna leave."
Okay.
You don't think
They just got
any
left behind
of
right away.
you don't think any other Fullbringers and their powers could be helpful?
Well, we know a couple of them died. Like the old man, the butler dude or whatever.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Kenpachi wrecked him.
Oh, easy.
Kenpachi just obliterated
Easy.
him. And Ginjo died.
True.
He died.
That's
Yeah.
So like, there's not really.
For some reason, I want to call him Kujo.
No, it's not Kujo.
I thought it was.
And since
Ginjo.
I think it was such a small thing, I think they're just giving.
What about the other homie?
It was just kind of fan service.
The guy who could take away memories.
I think he died too.
Did he? Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Yes. Yeah.
think
So they seem to be like the only, I guess, 2 that kind of lived.
Yeah, because their powers aren't anything
Special?
rated. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing.
Well,
Like,
no, they're special, but like it's non-threatening, really.
Mhm.
yeah.
In the situation they're in, it's not very helpful.
Well, it was because it allowed them to sneak into the Soul Palace,
True.
but not really sneak in.
Kind of, yeah. Because, and we'll get to that.
The theory was good.
Yes. Yeah.
The theory, and so this episode they actually explained what Gargantua was, the in between spaces, the screaming. What do they call it? The screaming.
Yeah.
The
Valley of Screams.
yeah,
Or
Valley
like,
of Screams.
yeah.
That which is in between the space of like the precipice world, which is the connection between Soul Society and the real world, and then Gargantua.
So many different
filling up
worlds.
the whole space.
Yeah.
And it's very unstable. And like the Ruruka wanted to come with them. Ichigo's like, nah, you can't help us here.
No.
Stay here.
Yeah.
Like the things that you find cute and that you love, you can fit into your like dollhouse, but out there's nothing. So you stay
It's
behind.
all just death.
Yeah, and thanks for helping us.
Yeah.
And they walk out. They all in their crowds. The other crew comes up. They expected to be at the Soul Palace. What they didn't realize, Yawak created his own space.
Yeah, because now Yawak is like
God. He is God.
essentially,
He's
yeah.
Consumed the Soul King. He is now
He has like a bazillion eyes.
the Soul King.
Yeah.
He's disgusting looking.
He is disgusting.
Yeah. He wears like a veil of eyes.
Yeah.
Essentially. It's just like this. And then like
I
just
think
like
it's
eyes.
so cool. I think the freaking
It's a very
design
like
on that-
heavy metal look.
like
Yeah.
dude, it's so the etching like the of the eyes, like it's not just like regular just like white and then black. They has like kind of these black lines that run through like the edges
like
of
it was like
it was like sketched.
yeah.
And it just makes it's like what we were talking about earlier with like Hunter x Hunter, where it's like it gives this grittier feeling to it
Mhm.
that
Yes.
just gives it
Yeah.
more depth
Yeah.
and just makes it look so cool. I think
Even
the
his
design
like
is
higher ups,
amazing.
they were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're all terrified of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
except blonde hair,
No,
blue eyes.
I don't think they were all. I think it was just the one dude, and
Mhm. They were all
Shida was like sweating a little bit, but
Yeah.
the rest of them were like,
They were all
fine.
like taken back, but the one dude, he was like, "You creep me out, dude."
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So we get that, and they're like, oh, I thought this was Soul Palace.
Yeah, so they all basically have a plan to invade the palace
Yes,
at a certain point in time.
Yes,
And they're like, we're gonna exit the gate here, and then Ichigo's crew is like, we're gonna pop up right here because Yorichi's like, I have basically checkpoints that I have put
Mhm.
all over the palace.
but that didn't end up.
We are
happening.
good. So
Well, it did and it didn't.
Yeah,
'cause it did take them to the spot, but they came to a new realm that Yawak himself built.
yeah. So
And then we did this-
simultaneously, they all emerge from their respective transportations, and they're in this unknown space.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's just a pan over shot, and you see Nell double cheeked up,
Of course.
cheeked to the moon.
Yeah,
bro.
they gave her cake.
It like Yorichi looked flat. Like, bro, if you look at it side by side, she's right there. It's like this is
She got
like
a
the
BBL.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
For no reason.
it's
no
like
reason.
Nicki Minaj, like just
Yeah.
walking in.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And so like continuing into the show a little bit, like I can't remember who said it to Kiriko, but they were like, "There's no way they could have built it this fast." And Kiriko's like, "Well, that's just how powerful our enemy is."
Fuck.
was
What's
it
his name?
Renji?
No, who was it?
Shinji.
Thank you.
Shinji,
Yeah,
not
Shinji
Renji.
said it. Yeah,
Shinji.
Shinji's like, well, it was only been a couple seconds, and he's like, that's how strong our foe is, man.
Mhm.
Tighten the fuck up, lock it in, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He literally did say lock in.
Lock it in, dude.
Lock it in
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
this is what we up against.
because if you don't, you're dead, and I'm not saving you.
Yeah,
It's like, how did that happen? Nah, that's just him. Lock in.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, yeah. Because now they are like at the front line of the enemy, and it's like you either have to step up or fucking stay behind.
That's
'Cause
that's
I
it.
can-
It's Yawak, dude.
I can sense the next couple episodes are just gonna be fights and fights
Oh,
and fights
dude,
and fights.
no,
This
and
episode
I will
fights.
confirm with you right
I
now, just based off manga, it's fight.
No,
from
no,
here.
no.
No, literally fights.
The thing is,
Fight,
that's what
fight,
this
fight.
episode
No,
was.
dude.
This episode was the setup.
It was a buildup.
It was literally like just right. It was like right when you're gonna hit the drop. You're right on the top. That's where they left it.
Yeah,
we are
there are
about
so
to-
many fights that are gonna.
We're about to fly. We are about to get fight. We got fights with. We got Basby there. We got Grimjaw there. We got Ichigo there. We got Chad.
Something we do know is
Chad's like, we got
the Soul Reapers can't fully utilize their abilities.
No.
Byakuya gives us a very detailed description
Yeah,
of what the heck is
because
happening.
Quincy's are able to really manipulate
The
the
ratio.
reishi around
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
And it's so reishi dense that they can't really do anything with it.
Yeah. So not only are they handicapped, but I would dare say they are in enemy territory.
Yeah.
Because even
No, not dare say they are.
They
man.
are.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
at this point, they
And
are.
Byakuya even says that. He's
yeah,
like,
and then
they why wouldn't they build a battlefield to their advantage where their enemies are at a disadvantage?
yeah, and not to mention they don't really know where the bad guys are, but then at a random point, a gyre tower like just constructs, and it just proves that like the bad guys are like, we are here, come get us, right? And that's like intimidating because it's like we know they're there, but it's like, why are they so cocky?
Yeah, no, it's kind of crazy. This is again, this was a setup episode. Still think it's like I have to give it a 9 out of 10.
It wasn't exciting.
Oh my god, the first 9 out of 10. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is the first one, and
it wasn't perfect.
Oh my
no, and it's only because it's a setup
fake
episode.
fan.
It's only because it's a
10
setup
out of 10.
episode. Just wait, because the rest of the season is 10 out of 10.
No, absolutely it will be.
Like, and I'm only saying that, like 9 out of 10 isn't even bashing this episode. It's just like this episode didn't have like a ton of fights or like anything like.
But
it was world building.
Do fights have to give it a? Does it have to have fights to be a 10 out of 10?
No, but it has to have like it has to have a lot of the shots were pretty still, like because it's setting up, right? A lot of this is just them talking to each other, establishing.
Can you
where
ever
they
call
are.
a setup episode a 10 out of 10?
I really don't think you can. Well, actually, no, you definitely can.
I'd say this was a very good hype episode.
Yeah, it's a good hype episode. You definitely can. I just don't think I would give this one, and I couldn't even explain why. It's just my feeling on the matter is it would be a 9 out of 10 instead of a 10 out of 10 because I don't think it was perfect. But like the rest of the season has been perfect. So like how can I even judge like a one-off episode? It's like one little blemish isn't going to make me be like, "Oh, this isn't perfect."
Right.
You know what I mean? Like things can be 9.
But you give it a 9 out of 10 so it's not perfect.
Who says? Where's your level of perfect?
When you give it a 10 out of 10.
Does it have to?
Isn't that's a perfect score, man?
No, I know, but like if you have 90% of 10 out of 10s,
it was very, very good, but it wasn't perfect.
I mean, can anything be perfect?
When you give it a 10 out of 10.
But can it?
Yes.
Because what would you give a 10 out of 10?
Last episode.
Huh?
Last episode.
You don't think it'll ever get better than that?
It's gonna go beyond.
But then
that.
if it goes beyond that, then that can't be perfect. See? Let me just get to your contradictory point about what perfect is.
I'm just fucking.
I know. You're just.
I will meet you and say it was like a solid 9 out of 10 because like
that's good.
Again,
really good.
There wasn't a lot happening, but what happened was a lot with what it had.
The like just the detail on every image.
Yeah,
perfect. Like we've been talking about this since part 1 of this. The coloration on point. The pink hue that's added when the tower comes up to the entire picture, and now everything's kind of pink hued, and it looks like it's just more vibrant. It gives it a different color. We had like the reds before, we've had the blues before, we have blue and yellow or like gold kind of clashing. We've had all these really vibrant colors that they've added to this, and it's just perfect.
Yeah,
like I think this is such a good show, just through and through, that even the episodes that are just them talking and setting up are still so good.
On all fronts of this episode, from like Ichigo's group to Kisuke's group, it was a lot of like lore building, context, hype from both fronts. So yeah, it was a very good episode. A lot of like, just wait.
They're just like, look, the first half of the season, first off, has been insane. It's already been so good.
Yeah, and I don't mind them like laying off the gas for like an episode just to be like,
give me a breather, bro.
Hey,
because like I'm like we said, we're about to hit.
Yeah, I don't think any show can ever always just be straight gas.
No, because it would burn out hard.
Yeah, you gotta have a break.
Yeah,
for sure.
and I just wouldn't want that. I need this like world building.
Yeah,
they explained a lot in this episode. There was the whole aspect of them explaining the whole world and how it actually works together, and the what do you call it? The soul of screen, the place of screen.
You know what? I'm glad you didn't give it a 10 because I want you to save that 10 for the next episode.
Oh, the next,
because you will definitely need 10s.
It's gonna be a problem, dude.
You will.
I'm gonna come in and be like, all right, it's 10 out of 10, it's 11 out of 10, 12 out of 10. No, this is the part. This is it. There's nothing better than this. That's my next ratings.
Like you'll say this episode was great. Next week you'll be like, dude, I lied. This episode was good.
Honestly, like I don't even know. And that's how it's been this whole time. Every single time. But enough us dick riding Bleach because we can do that.
That's all we do.
That's all we do. It's so good, dude. Please go watch it if you aren't. Yeah. So, did you guys want to talk about anything else?
I think we talked about the last thing.
Yeah,
a little bit of gaming news.
A little bit,
and we'll wrap it up.
A little bit. It's been.
Did you want to mention the whole like Nintendo thing? No, like the Switch 2 or like the backwards
I
compatibility.
don't care about the Switch 2.
Or no, like the backwards
Switch 2's whatever
thing.
There's Switch 2. They announced backwards compatibility.
It was leaked and then was confirmed by the Nintendo president. You said, right?
Yeah.
I mean, was that? It's a given.
I think it was a given because if they didn't, it would alienate a lot of people and it would turn people off, which is what happened with the Wii U, I believe.
Yeah.
That's what happened with every console that's ever happened.
And that's basically all I was planning on saying is that, like, to hear it, cool. Am I surprised? Not really, because the amount of games they have, if you didn't make it backwards, you would lose everyone.
So my thing with this whole Switch scenario is this is why the Wii U kind of failed. Is it was just an upgrade of the Wii.
Yeah.
I couldn't play Wii games, and people were like, "Well, what's the point?"
Yeah.
And that's why they didn't buy it.
Basically,
and the Switch 2, I feel like might end up being. I mean, you'll get better. It's literally just an upgrade where you'll get better frame rates.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's all, and that's all you really need.
That's all you get.
To be completely honest,
backwards compatible. It's going to use the same cartridge.
If you get onboard storage, you get like a little bit of onboard storage.
Yeah.
Right. You get better graphical integrity, which you don't even need that much because the thing is already like it's an OLED.
Yeah.
The OLED is already there. And you get 60 frames per second, and you beef up some of the GPUs and CPUs. You can allow bigger games to run on it.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Literally,
like the Switch is near perfect. I don't know how you can innovate on it.
You just make it more powerful.
You just make it more powerful. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do at this point? Like, it's all like everything that you need is there. So, it having backwards compatibility makes complete sense. Them releasing the Switch 2 with a bunch of upgrades makes complete sense. All this is a given.
They should have just it's basically what Sony and Microsoft pros and
exactly. Yeah.
So, I want to give an update on what's going on with Nintendo and the Pokemon Company filing a lawsuit against Pocket Pair.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard, Nintendo's suing Palworld for their patents, and we finally found out what the patents are.
Yeah, Pocket Pair released the info as to what Nintendo and the Pokemon Company is coming after them for. So, patent number 1 focuses on.
I don't know if we ever talked about like our thoughts on Palworld.
No, we did.
We have.
We've talked about it.
Okay, pardon me.
Yeah. We've talked. I mean, I haven't played it, but we've talked about it.
We've definitely.
Okay, pardon me.
So patent number 1 focuses on the mechanic of throwing a ball-like object at characters in the field to capture them,
which is completely fair.
I guess.
Yeah, I think that's like the only strong point that I can say. But even then, it's like there's other games where this happens.
Oh, I was telling you guys, Square Enix did one called World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
where it's basically Pokemon. You fight them in a field. Turn-based style, and then you throw a ball thing to capture them.
Great game, by the way.
So if Nintendo's going after Palworld, they'll have to go after Square Enix for that.
Not even just Square Enix. There's tons of games that are like that.
Yeah,
like I don't
exactly.
I think that's just a pretty common thing. Like capturing, like obviously, I think Pokemon's the one that made it big because they're the biggest.
Yeah,
the biggest model, but it's not like this hasn't been done.
Right?
Yeah.
Second patent pertains to the aiming mechanism used during the capture process, which. You're aiming something that seems wild to me. Like, I don't know how you determine that. I think that's a throwaway. I don't think they're gonna win that one at all.
I don't think they're gonna win.
I mean, if it's for catching something, sure, but it's like shooting a net at like a fish or something, dude. I don't know. That seems.
Oh, so
silly.
no. You can't implement aiming systems. That's only Nintendo.
Right.
Nintendo is the only one that's allowed to do aiming systems.
Yeah.
So Call of Duty take out aiming. All first-person shooters take out aiming. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Only Nintendo. Only Pokemon can do aiming.
And the last one is the ability to ride on characters within a game. I'm like,
well, to be fair, I want to give them credit for this. They were the only game studio to ever do that ever.
World of Warcraft.
Here, hold on. Let me do this. Cap, bro. Freaking cap. Okay. Every game has had mounts.
Yeah, it's kind of sad that they're being this petty.
I think what that means is in the sense of like capturing a mount and then riding.
Nope. Nothing about capturing is being said. It's the
I know, but like that's my only thought of what they.
No, but that's not. That's not. What's
no, 100%.
So your thought is invalid.
What's listed for the patent?
Fuck here.
The list for the patent involves the ability to ride on characters within the game.
Yeah. Nothing about capturing.
So sorry, World of Warcraft.
Red Dead, take it out.
MMOs
take
across
it
the
out.
world.
Yeah.
You're gonna get sued by Nintendo.
Final Fantasy,
probably.
Chocobo,
Horizon
done.
Zero Dawn, throw it out.
Yeah. Sparrows in Destiny, done. Can't ride those.
No, Nintendo's gonna sue all y'all for this. All y'all.
Yeah, I don't know.
All y'all.
This is crazy, man. Like
Every horse in every game out the window.
Gone.
Yeah. The
Ghost
horse.
of Tsushima.
Horse and Ghost of Tsushima.
You get to choose that one too.
R.I.P. to the goat.
RP to the goat. Man.
Witcher, get rid of Roach.
Yeah, Roach is
yeah.
Dude, you can't have
No.
Roach.
Roach.
It's a character within a game.
Yeah,
that you can ride.
exactly.
True,
You can
true,
ride.
true.
Yeah. And so what Nintendo's suing them for, and the Pokemon company, they're looking for a total of 10 million yen,
Which is?
and they want it to be split evenly between the two companies, which equates to about 66,000 USD total.
Yeah, I don't know why they're even like this doesn't like. Are you really that strapped for cash? Like, bro, like just drop another remake
This
of a Pokemon game. Like, you'll have the funds, bro.
I feel embarrassed for Nintendo for doing this, for coming at them like this. It's a little embarrassing. For you're such a big conglomerate and you're coming after the smallest development team I think ever to make a game like this.
Yeah.
And you're going after them for $66,000. Now, you were saying like, oh, they should just pay it.
Yes, I said that.
You did say,
Yes.
and I'm sure you're not alone in that. I'm sure there are other people around the world
like,
that are probably just pay it. What's
the
big
only
deal?
reason why I said that is in the sense of like, just pay. It's not that much. Over and done with, and that's it.
But it's not.
But yeah, but at the core, it's the principle.
It is,
and
we've said this.
Yes,
to you,
and I understand that now. It's the principle.
It's like, okay, if they do that, then they're admitting guilt that yes, we did this, but they shouldn't. I believe Pocket Pal is gonna be fighting this hard because I don't think for them it makes sense.
No.
I think it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and who knows? The amount they're asking might be what they're worth.
You know what? Why don't you just make a better game, Nintendo? Huh? Oh, you're so worried about Palworld taking away players and making money and profiting. Why don't you make a good game?
Let them cook.
Okay?
Why
can't I have an AK-47 on Pikachu? I want to kill a Charmander. Okay?
Off, dog.
I want to roast him over another fire, my Charizard's fire, and then I want to eat him. Okay? Let me live my sick fantasies.
Or to make a good Pokemon game.
No, but in all seriousness, like Nintendo, this is just normal for Nintendo.
It is normal
like
for Nintendo.
Nintendo's
it's just
done this.
Sad that they're doing this, man.
Yeah.
Nintendo's done this through and through. Like just every year.
I'm surprised they're that threatened. Like, if it just feels like they're that threatened that people are going to step away from their IPs. It's like you need competitiveness to be better.
Yeah,
you need that competition, and maybe they don't want all this is showing me is they don't want the competition. They don't want to get better or evolve their games.
Yeah,
no, well,
that's what it's speaking to me as.
It feels petty. It's like, okay, you're 10 million yen really in the grand scheme of things. Like Nintendo, you make that on any like 10 quintuplet the size of that profit just by dropping a remake of a game, and you don't even have to do anything. So it's like, why are you going after?
Is it Nintendo that's going after or Game Freak?
Both.
Nintendo Game Freak.
Nintendo and Game Freak.
Game Freak is
Nintendo.
No, it's Nintendo and the Pokemon Company. Sorry, not
Nintendo.
Game Freak.
Sorry, not yet.
Not Game
Not
Freak.
Game Freak.
Okay,
It's Pokemon Company.
Pokemon
but
Company.
like Nintendo, because Nintendo's the owner, it's the parent company of the Pokemon Company.
Mhm.
It's basically Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
End of the day.
Yeah.
It's sad to see like Nintendo continue to play these games when it's like you've alienated so much of your fan base because you do these things, and you just keep doing them and you keep alienating your fans.
Games,
it's like, dude, make better games. Like, that's all we ask.
The rinse and well, I mean, they have that history of rinse and repeat, right? They do it with the Mario games. They do it with like
Still sells though.
it still sells.
Yes.
Yeah. They do it with like, I don't know, Donkey Kong, stuff like that.
Well, they don't innovate. Like the only innovation they've ever had was like, I mean,
it's with their systems.
Breath of the Wild. Like,
no, not even. They didn't even innovate that. They literally said they took inspiration from Skyrim.
oh, 100%. No. And they did, but they
do what others have already done. So technically Skyrim can sue them. Or Bethesda can sue them.
No. And okay, you're being hyperbolic with this, and I understand. And I understand where you're coming from. But like when you're looking at it, the game did have very unique things like the whole stamina gauge to climb the mountain and stuff like that. That was I mean, that was.
I don't know. That's a stamina gauge is in like almost
stamina
every
gauge is in every. But can you just climb random rocks up as high as you want? Can you just climb a mountain at any point and just be like, I want to climb that wall?
I have no idea.
I don't think you can. I mean, other than maybe Spider-Man, but you don't have a stamina gauge. Like, there were cool innovations on things. Maybe not even like they may not have been innovations, but they were things that were in Breath of the Wild that made it just very unique, comparative to their other titles.
Okay.
Like what title?
Okay, so comparative to their other titles, but not other games.
Oh, I'd even compare it to other games. I mean, Breath of the Wild was a top tier game. I mean, everyone considers that game a 10.
Well, I mean, it's everyone because a lot of them are fans.
Well, even I'm not a big Zelda fan. I played like 1 or 2 of the games. I don't think the games are that over the top or great.
But you gave it a 10.
But I give it a 10.
Okay.
It's a great game. It from the jump, it's a great game. Like every part of it is great.
Okay.
So like that's just from me, right? But when I look at a game like Breath of the Wild, I'm like, that is such a good game. And then I look at a game like, I don't know, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I'm like, dude, how did you smear shit all over this game?
I think people thought it was gonna be like Breath of the Wild.
Everyone did.
No, once the moment the trailer dropped, everyone was dying laughing. Everyone was mocking them. And we all know why, because you put out a shit product. Like Nintendo, I don't understand why Pokemon Company in particular, I don't know why they keep releasing games on like a yearly basis. There was one year where they had like 3 or 4 Pokemon games. Like, why? Space them out a bit. Do some more work.
Or just ask for help if you're going to make a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. Like,
don't
honestly,
keep relying on the same engine and the same blueprint.
And then you have a great company like Pocket Pal comes out with a game called Palworld. Super fun, innovative idea.
Mm-hmm.
Very unique. Like nothing's necessarily super unique.
It's the Pokemon game that people wanted from Nintendo this whole time. They just not giving it to them.
And the guns,
it's a survival aspect style game.
And the guns are a secondary almost. Like we just want to. If you gave us a survival Pokemon game, like people would be ecstatic.
Yeah,
like, that's all.
Give me a Pokemon game where I basically am
travel far distances.
Take a while to get to a
Pokemon center,
and I have to like make a campsite.
If you don't have the money, you have to rough it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I built. You can like
give me the TV show.
You can build your own house. Like you do whatever you want in this world. Like let me use my Pokemon. Like if I wanted to, you could have like an area where your Pokemon could work, are farming for you,
building,
doing things for you, right? Like these are all like things that were super easy for Palworld to take and use.
Yeah.
Nintendo, you've had 2 decades like to do this before Palworld came out. Like I don't understand. Like over 2 decades to do this, and you just haven't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nintendo's Nintendo.
Well, that's it. I think we don't have anything else to talk about. I think that's a good way to end it.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, brother.
Always. You know, we don't even really need the subscribes. Even if you like and comment, that's enough.
It's free.
To be honest. And your viewership is enough.
Yeah.
Realistically.
Viewership
is enough. If you do like us, sure. Like, comment, subscribe,
yes,
notification.
Sir.
We appreciate that. But the viewership is more than enough.
Yes.
So thank you for watching.
As always.
Stack Squad, you're the best.
As always.
100th episode. If you ain't commenting, then Nav is going to just win.
True.
By default.
Nav wins by default. Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But we will be
like
posting
and comment by the 100th episode, and we'll randomly pick somebody.
And let your friends know.
Friends and family.
Friends and family. We'll see you in the next one. Podsack.
Cheers.
Peace.